start out. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome into Snapchat Society. Buffs here. You got a old start. This
Whoops.
Tuesday evening.
Yeah.
Days all melt into one. I need to go back to work. Welcome, gentlemen. How's your day been? Go, boy.
Well, we're back. We're back in the Matrix, Buff. We're back in the Matrix. Back to the grind. Back to the slug of work.
Massive sponsorship, so Goat can get out of the Matrix.
Yeah, get me out of the Matrix. I've been saying it for a while now. I felt like I was in the Matrix today, answering a lot of questions as well. But we move forward. We had an exciting week of NFL, and only some teams remain, and we'll cover those games very shortly.
Yeah, 100%. Stevie boy, your day?
Yep, I'm not in the Matrix at the moment. I've got a job and I haven't worked for fucking 6 weeks. But we played golf this morning, Buff, which was fun.
We had a bit of fun, didn't we?
Played at the Bend. So, yeah, it was fun. It was good. Looking forward to doing it again tomorrow. But, yeah, plenty to discuss. A lot to talk about.
Yeah.
Plenty's happened in the last 48 hours on and off the field, which we'll get into a little later. But yeah, excited to get through the games.
100%. So before we go anywhere further, we just spoke about Goat's in the Matrix. Stevie's out of the Matrix. I'm about to head back to the Matrix. You're listening. You've probably been listening along the journey, and we love you so much. But if you haven't done so already, what we need you to do, we need you to hit that like. We need you to hit that subscribe button. We need you to follow TikTok, Instagram, X. Find us on those socials. But really, really importantly, on Spotify or YouTube, wherever you're watching this, we need you to subscribe. The more subscribers we get, the more we feed into the algorithm, the more we can be discovered. And then hopefully we get found and we don't have to be in the Matrix anymore.
I'm not going to become a scratch golfer.
Correct.
Going to work.
Yeah.
Correct.
So it's pretty simple.
And if, NFL season's coming to a close, if you want to see anything else from us and you're enjoying the content, let us know. Give us some ideas.
100%.
Chuck them in the
I can talk about some other things.
We can do some stats on,
what do you want to see us doing?
AFL. We can do
I'll do some. I'll do some
World
AFL.
Cup soccer. We could do a little bit of golf. You want to know? Want to see some more?
Could just get on here and just talk about life.
Yeah.
Go to the Matrix go.
Yeah.
100%. There'll be plenty of NFL offseason news and draft news and all those sorts of things. We'll be dragging our good friend Benny onto the show for his deep dive. It's his specialty. He loves watching college tape. So we're going to bring him in for sure. So something to look forward to. But I guess without further ado, now we've just handled the formalities.
Stevie's top 5. That's the one.
Wow.
Hey, yo. Stevie's top 5. 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 Stevie's top 5.
Really bumping and grinding to it today.
Yeah, I
we
like
really
that.
enjoyed that one.
Petitioning for a new sting.
It's
You sing 2026.
It's
in 2026.
Who's sponsored by Stevie? Let the people know.
Yeah. All right. So I've got.
Who's it sponsored by? Let the people know.
Yeah, it's Eco Wipes. I don't need to say it.
You need to say it. They didn't know.
Stevie's top 5 sponsored by Eco Wipes.
There we go.
If you're not wiping, if you just, I'm not going to get on here and keep saying it.
Yeah.
Just buy the product. You're working.
What are you doing if you're not doing it?
Yeah. If you don't care about the environment, just stop listening unless you're going to pay us. Anyway, I've got the top 5. I wouldn't say losers as in haha, you're a loser, but just the top 5 losers in playoffs so far. Or more in the, for the whole league, really, not just playoffs. I've got honorable mentions. Zach Charbonnet, ACL. I'll throw that in. That's disappointing. Had a pretty good season. Yeah.
It's probably his career best year.
Yeah. San Francisco, not because just getting blown out in that fashion. That's not nice, is it?
Yeah.
I've got the Titans for just adding Robert Saleh just within the hour. We'll get into that a little later. I don't think that's the play. I got the Bengals. I didn't think they could embarrass themselves even more than they did in the season, but not sacking the coach. And now there's 10 coaches floating around, there's at least 4 or 5 really, really good ones. And next year, there's probably not going to be as many. And we're going to be like, it's inevitable that he's going to get sacked. So, and we're just going to be stuck for another year. So they're fucking losers. At 5, I've got Josh Allen. Vicious debate. We might save that for the slate, but yeah, another early exit against Denver. So we'll get to that. I got Justin Herbert at 4 for obvious reasons. Yeah, just can't seem to get it done. I got CJ Stroud at 3. I think this is what
3.
you have the 3. Yeah, I think they'll have a look at it. I think that I really do. I didn't think they were going to have. I think if he lost, but it was, he played okay, they wouldn't look at it. I think after this year, they're really, really going to have a look at it because they've wasted a really generational defense this year. You'd want to hope it goes to next year, but yeah, I feel like they might have a look at it at the end of next year. Anyway, Bo Nix. Just crushing. You would just be so down. Like played really, really well. Like 3 tuds, 280 yards. It's just, I don't remember anything like this. It maybe
happened on Neil
Carson Wentz.
Yeah, Carson Wentz. I'm just into other sports, but like Tyrese Halliburton last year in the NBA.
Oh, don't.
Where, I know that hurts you. But yeah, really, really disappointing. I'm not sure if they can do it, but we'll get in that later. And I got the Eagles at number 1. What a waste of a year.
Yeah.
Just
waste.
you had I don't think anyone's asking him to repeat because repeating's hard, but they've got the talent, but just couldn't get it done.
The efficiency was egregious.
Yeah. So they are my number 1 loser.
Yeah.
For this off season. Yeah. I don't know if I've missed anyone.
Probably, but
probably
if they're mate, as they usually do, they'll let us know. If you want to tell us your losers in the comments, if you put our picture in there and you post in the comment, that's fair enough too. Like,
I'll cover that.
Let us know. We'll.
I'm unemployed, so I couldn't argue. Anyway, that is my top 5.
I like it
for another week.
Love that, gents. I'm going to leave it in your very capable hands because my system is just absolutely gone on the fritz. So maybe, do you want to break down the Niners and the Seahawks? I feel like there's a bit to be spoken about in the Bills and the Broncos.
Yep.
I'll be back for that.
Yep. Roger. Yep.
Well, Roger that, mate. We'll see you soon, Buff. I've heard I've heard someone's coming to get you, and you got to load. That's all good. No.
Anyway,
mate, talk to me about the 49ers and Seahawks. It's just like while the Buff is frozen there with that,
look at that face.
It's pretty scary, isn't it?
That was the face he made after he missed his 5th punt today. Anyway. I'm going to get a photo of that.
Anyway,
hang on. Bear with us.
But 49ers Seahawks, it came in. There was a lot of Ryan Jennings.
He looks like he's having a shit.
He's gone now.
Oh, he's gone.
It's another Ryan Jennings. And a lot of the 49ers saying, we want them. Yeah. We want them. We want them. Give us them. And what happened? What happened, Stevie?
I think they fucking wanted them.
I don't think so. I think that defense hurt them, and they came out and it just obliterated them, didn't they?
Yeah. Look, I thought they had a chance, a small chance.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's not really too much you can say. I mean, fortunately for for the Seahawks, Darnold didn't really have to do much, which is good with his injury. I don't think Brock Purdy really lost any followers, in my opinion. They just ran out of legs. Like, there's not much. Like, what do? You're only as good as the team you put out there. So
yeah, I think on both sides of the ball, they were pretty undermanned. And when you lose both of your tight ends to Achilles, and Ricky Pearsall was playing on a PCL, obviously still wasn't right. Brandon Ayuk is still on playing need for speed underground. He's driving past the stadium. I have no idea what's going to happen with him in this off season. It's a wait and see. They just, were pushing the ball, and there's only so many times you can feed CMC, and he looked like he'd run out of legs. And we talked about that prior to the game, whether the efficiency on the run is going to come and hurt him. And again, we weren't having a crack at CMC. It's just in terms of what we were looking at with our eyes.
Do you think they did themselves a disservice? In a sense, I don't think it would have changed the outcome of this game, but do you think they did themselves a disservice by not looking into getting him someone a partner and splitting those carries up a little bit?
I think they did. I think they got B-Rob and as an insurance policy, but they wanted to win games, and throughout the year, like as you would have seen, like he was having 30 touches a game. Just purely because they wanted to win and they want to do it now. But look, I think they'll come back and they'll be fine next year. They just came up against a really, really formidable team that's really well coached, and I've got to give like my hand to Darnold. I had big question marks. I mean,
well, how could you not? Really?
Exactly right, and he's now made it to a couple big games in playoffs in consecutive years. He's got some like Shaheed. I think he's been a great acquisition. Like
it's easy to say it now, but you could argue it's probably the best pickup of the year.
Yeah, and that's
in terms of what he's brought to the team.
Yeah, and it doesn't even have to be as a wide receiver. It's just as a special teams player.
Yeah,
like there's some of the touchdowns that he's had have been immaculate. Kenny Walker with Sharps going down, stepped up and put the ball into the end zone, and they ended up they had no answers, the 49ers on offense. And
what do you think will happen with Kenneth in the off season? Obviously a free agent.
I think they'll sign him. It depends how much money he wants. If he's going to want like a 30 mil type of deal, that's probably what he's going to ask for. They're probably going to have to pay that because with Charbonnet going down, they haven't got much they can go with. I think that's going to actually hurt them. Like it's pretty obvious that Kenny Walker, and we've said it on the pod, like he's the better back. Like we're well aware of that. But in terms of when you have Charbonnet or Kenny, they use them interchangeably because it changes what you think the offense is going to do. When Kenny's out there, I think they're going to run the ball.
Yeah.
Or if Sharp's out there, they're going to maybe have some pass protection, but they were changing that up and you didn't know what the offense was going to do. It maybe gave some looks to some wide receivers and tight ends. Ultimately, I think Kenny's going to sign, and I think he'll sign for like a 3-year deal, something like that. And then I think maybe they'll invest in something, or they might draft a rookie late in the draft or something like that. But who've they got next week? The Seahawks.
They've got the Rams,
which we'll preview. But yeah, ultimately, it was one of those games where there was nothing that could have gone right.
Yeah,
for the 49ers, like a lot of fumbles for Purdy, like just inefficiency on the ground, no weapons to speak of. Like it was just a really tough day, and there's literally nothing that could have done. The Seahawks defense just took over, and that was just it, really.
Yeah. I couldn't have said it better myself. It was over from the minute it started.
Yeah.
And yes, I think, as you said, Sam Fran will be back. But yeah, for this year, that's their season done. Well, Buff's still not with us. So there's 2 main games. So I reckon we go New England, Houston next.
Yeah, we'll talk to me because you were around on that Monday and you saw the bulk of the games. talk to me in terms of what's the standout from that game? Because I always like to hear about what's happening in these bigger games. You get a greater sense of some players.
Yeah.
So what's your biggest takeaway from that?
The takeaway for me is CJ Stroud.
Mm-hmm.
I reckon you've said it over 10 times in the last 4 weeks. All he's got to do is be competent and they'll win. And he just wasn't. He wasn't confident at all. And I understand Nico, and they lost Dalton in the first quarter, I think. But yeah, look, it's not all his fault. It never is. It's never just on one man. I feel like they've been quite inefficient in the run game, especially.
Yeah.
Woody Marks, while he's been serviceable, I don't think he's the answer, going forward.
Yeah.
He could be. I did say I'd love to see what this offense looked like with Mixon, but unfortunately not to be. But yeah, that might be a little bit on the offensive line as well. They haven't been a great run team all year. So that does put a lot of pressure on Stroud. He's thrown it 47 times.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, a lot of miscues, a lot of bad throws, and just putting the ball in situations that it shouldn't be, especially for a 12-5 team.
Yeah.
Their season is over.
Mm.
I will be very interested to see what happens at the end of next year. I think they'll run it back with Strizzy.
Yeah.
But he is ultimately chasing his rookie season success because, he's just not playing how he's supposed to. I don't know if it's fear or it could be lack of weapons. Some weeks he looks great, others it doesn't. But yeah, the better team won.
Yeah.
And there's no shame in losing to the better team, but the defense gave him every single chance to win. And just they couldn't get away with it. They got away with it last week against the Steelers, but unfortunately didn't get away with it this week against New England. So
and before we move on to the Patriots, because we've got to give them their flowers, like they've made it, and Vrabel's made a big difference. On CJ Stroud, the reason why I kept saying he just needs to be competent is because I feel like when they went through that big purple patch, that's all he was doing. He wasn't doing anything out of the ordinary. He was making plays, getting the ball in the receiver's hands. He was letting the backs work. But I really feel like, 20 of 47, you've got to do better. And yes, Nico wasn't playing. Dalton Schultz went down with a calf. You still have to go out there and make plays, and he just didn't make any plays.
Yeah. I'm just going to look. You keep going.
Yeah,
I'm just going to look at something.
I think next year what they probably will need to try and have a look at is what is their identity in offense? Do they want to get Stroud back to that throw first, pass first, kind of let him operate out of the gun, or do they want to have an RPO kind of look? I think it's hard for young quarterbacks to be in different kinds of systems, and I just want to see maybe they go back and go, look, we have a really good defense, but how are we going to get the most out of Stroud? How are we going to get some scoreboard pressure? And what do we need to do to be, confident? The only thing is, though, Stroud's probably, like, he's going to his 4th year. Unless he picks it up, like, he's cost himself millions, I reckon.
Yeah.
Millions.
Yeah, I completely agree.
4th year next year, and then whether they pick up his 5th year option or not, which, you're not going to extend for a multi-million-dollar deal if you don't know what you're going to get.
Yeah. Yep. Not completely agree. So, but New England.
Yeah.
What can you say? You can only beat who's in front of you.
Yeah.
I don't think Drake played that well.
No.
I really don't. But they're a good team. I think Ramondre next year, I think he'll be a bit of thorn if you're looking at Travion Henderson being a dynasty darling.
Mm-hmm.
We all like our young guys. I think he's going to be a real thorn in Travion's side going, because it was evident. Did you watch it? You didn't watch it, did you? Or you watched a little bit?
I watched bits and pieces. I had it on while I was working and in my meetings. Don't tell anyone. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Travion's pass protection was evident, or lack thereof pass protection, and you could just see he'd miss a block and he'd go straight back out, and 16 carries for 70 yards.
Yeah.
And then, another 11 yards through the air.
Mm-hmm.
You can't argue with that. So, but yeah, they're rolling.
They absolutely are.
I did.
As much as I don't like it, because it's always the Patriots. And if you're a Patriots fan, which there are many out there, you can get stuffed. You can get stuffed because you don't know what heartache is. You don't know what pain is. You had a 1 year turnaround, then you got Vrabel and you're good again. So
it's wild, isn't it?
It's ridiculous.
It's genuinely wild. So.
And they've probably got their, as we discussed earlier in the year, they've got their franchise quarterback. He does everything he needs to. When we're talking about competency and doing things simple and making it simple, that's what he does.
Yeah.
It's simple. Yeah. Real simple offense.
Yeah.
Doesn't do anything he doesn't need to do. And that defense, that Patriots defense is on
Christian
an absolute...
Gonzalez.
They're on an absolute heater at the moment.
A freak. So if you were their franchise going to the draft or free agency, what are you looking for right now if you're them? Because it looks like, for me, you got two great running backs.
They addressed the offensive line. The man who said, I'd die before I let someone get to my quarterback. He's been a monster.
I think he would die. So
he's been a monster. Mate, probably the only thing that they can afford to do a luxury pick. Why wouldn't you go and get like a monster, like a wide receiver?
Is Stephon Diggs' contract?
I think they bring him back in terms of.
I agree. Yeah.
In terms of what he brings, not just on the field, it's off the field.
Yeah,
clearly he's the leader there, and he copped a lot of criticism earlier in the year, from us included, because he was on that. He was on that mysterious pink powder that we don't want to name, and he was with Cardi B having a baby and on yachts but he's done everything. Like he leads from the front. He was speaking to the team before the game, saying, "Why not us?" Everybody doesn't want to see us succeed, which is probably true. It's the Patriots.
They've got a potential out at the end of this year, but I would be staggered.
I would be staggered if they don't bring him back. I would be absolutely.
You bring in a young receiver, you bring in a young stud, and then he's learning off, one of the best receivers in the last 4 or 5 years. So still no buff. So we'll get on to the next game.
Yep.
We'll go to the Rams in Chicago.
Oh, goodness gracious, mate.
Come in close. All right. You Chicago Bears fans. They nearly had us in the first half.
I won't lie.
They nearly had us. Look, I went back and watched and listened to what I said. I think it was a month ago, roughly. I'm pretty comfortable with everything I said. The only thing that I'm not comfortable with now is saying that he was Tua with every weapon. I think he's better than Tua. And look, they came close. I don't actually think Rams played particularly well. So I'll start with Chicago. I'm pretty comfortable with what I said. I'm going to stand by it. I'm going to say that they, not a fraudulent season, they're overrated.
Yeah, overachieved.
Yeah. Look, I still think they have overachieved.
Yeah.
I'm, and you've still got to do it. But, I look at the teams that they beat. I think this is the game that they should have lost, which they did. But I do look at the teams that they've, I've got it up here because I did my research before I did this.
Yeah.
Game-winning drives in 2025. So what do we got? Lost the Raiders. The fucking who I don't even know who was the quarterback for Washington.
At the time, it was probably Mariota.
Yep. So the Mariota-led Washington Commanders, the fucking Cincinnati Bengals, that just the Giants, Minnesota led by 9, and obviously Malik Willis, Green Bay. So I think exactly what should have happened did happen.
Yeah.
Make no mistake, they've got a bright future. They've got a really, really bright future. But I'm going to go the other way. I think Caleb Williams will be a very great player, but I'm not going to excuse one fucking ridiculous, obscene throw. You've turned the ball over 3 times.
Right.
Now I'm going to give the first one a pass. I don't mind when they turn the ball over on 4th and 1 and, you're sort of 20 yards away from the goal line and then you get a pick.
Yeah.
Realistically, you're going to punt it anyway. You may as well give it a go. Or not punt it, but you know what I mean? Like, you're close. Like, where was it? It wasn't at 20 yards. Like, they were probably just outside field goal range.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, well, I may as well take a shot because I'm just going to punt it anyway. So I'll excuse that. But yeah, I think he's got a bright future. I'd like to see more before crowning him. I do think that right now, as we sit, he looks like a franchise quarterback. But yeah, I don't think they play particularly well.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're going to run it back. They've got a good team. Like, they've got a very good base. I expect them to be really, really good next year.
Yeah.
That division is going to be fucking wild. But before I get to the Rams, one person I will whack is Ben Johnson. I think going on 4th and down, I'll even go a step further. I think going for the win or I think that's a real heroic way to act sometimes. I don't think you should be doing it all the time, especially in situations where it's cold as fuck. It's going to be a grind. Get the points on the board. There was 2 opportunities where I feel like they were nice and close to the goal line. Just take the points. Just fucking take the points.
Yeah.
And I feel like it cost them in the end. I don't think, I'm not blaming this loss on anyone. Well, not anyone that played, but I think the coaching staff really, really let them down. I think just take the points.
Yeah.
And you don't have to go for it every single time. Like, you don't have a big dick. Like, no one cares. It's the only thing that matters are wins and losses. So that's one thing. DJ Moore stopping on the interception. We went through it the other day. And if you remember his contract situation, I think he's nearly impossible to cut.
Yeah, he's got probably $9 million that you'd have to give him if you cut him.
I just think, fuck, $9 million. That is so much money. I just don't think he's good for this team.
Yeah.
I really don't. We've seen it time and time again, and it was okay when you were losing.
Yeah.
Well, it probably wasn't okay when you're losing. You're supposed to be a fucking leader, but it just looks like he gives up on the play. So I don't know what his future holds. But yeah, 2 capable running backs, 3 capable receivers, and potentially a real Studdy McMuffin at in Cortland. What did I say? Colston Loveland.
Colston.
But yeah, they got a bright future.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're fucking out.
Yeah.
You're gone, Bears. So
Yeah.
fuck off. Anyway, the Rams now.
Yeah.
I'll get it out quick because I know you want to talk about it. They can't play that way and win next week.
Yeah.
It's just that simple. I'm not sure whether they got space jammed by the defense, but the Seahawks have got a defense, so I don't know what they're going to do.
No,
different kettle of fish. So you watched this game, yes?
Yeah. I didn't get to watch the full thing, but I have. I made sure I did my research on both and did the full highlights.
Yep.
From what it looked like to me, I think coming into this game, I did say that the Rams will struggle in the snow.
Yeah.
And I think we know over the course of his career, Matthew Stafford has struggled in these conditions.
Yeah.
What do you have to do in big games, Stevie?
You just got to get it done. You got to find a way.
You got to find a way, and that's exactly what they did. And I think, yes, they had a lot. Like Stafford struggled big time, and I think a lot of players struggled, but Kyron was a bright spot in the game. I think Swift and Menengai, rushed the ball pretty well. And that's
they're a good tandem.
Yeah, they're a great tandem because they're very different. But yeah, the killer is, and we've talked about it already, is competency. Like we love that Iceman does the flashy things. We love that. But sometimes you can be too flashy.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can just get it done. and sometimes he overextended himself. There was no need to go for that last interception, which ultimately cost him the game.
Yeah.
I think you win ugly sometimes. That's all it comes down to. The Bears defense actually stepped up and played decently well, better than I thought they would. But yeah, like Rams won ugly, and it'll be a completely different game for them next week. And we'll see. I think we'll see. Oh, I'm very excited for that game next week. I'm really excited. But yeah, ultimately, that's that one. Now I know our man Buffington wanted to be here for the Bills Bronx game. So what we might do is we might just cover it to start with, just to cover the game itself, and then anything else Buff can jump in and talk about. Well, here he is, the man himself. He's on time. It's like I mentioned the Bills, and he's got that. So look, overall, Broncos 33, Bills 30. Bo Nix broke his ankle on that last kneel down.
On the kneel down, which improved their chance of their percentage chance of winning, I think was like 0.001%. It all adds up.
Horrible.
But now it's killed their championship dreams, probably.
Horrible. Yeah, horrible. I think Bo had some big moments with his legs. But
I think he had some fucking big moments. I think he had some big dig. I respect Caleb Williams' bullshit fucking fluky throw. That last touchdown for Bo Nix was incredible.
Well, that's great. That's great from the offense because they knew White was off, and they saw young, which a lot of NFL teams do. They see their rookie quarterbacks or the squad ones, and they say target him, and it always works out. I think RJ and Jaleel had pretty disappointing games, except for that last play. RJ probably got like a 30-yard reception and moved the ball.
20 yards on the ground, though, is not going to do it against it.
Yeah. Marvin Mims, ultimately, I feel like was the best player in the game, which he was the difference. His speed to get out of the zone and was too big. They couldn't do anything to stop it.
Absolute spark plug.
Yeah, and he was fantastic. And then obviously the Bronx defense, like they cop 30, but far out there, they're just a unit, aren't they? Like they get to the quarterback, they got the interceptions, and they just got it done. Whereas you go
the two interceptions too, like they were great plays by the defense. Like
3 sacks, 4 forced fumbles.
Yeah, they had forced fumbles,
2 interceptions.
The fumbles you can put on. The situation, we'll go through in a second, but the situation of being in a position before halftime where you should have just taken a knee, that was silly. But you got to hold on to the ball, Josh, both of them, and he knows it.
Both of them.
But even the 2 interceptions, like the throw was like he was trying to make something happen on both those throws, and I think on another day, 90 times out of 100, he makes those throws are probably caught. I think that defense is that good, and they've got players in a scheme where they can make plays on the ball, and they made a really good plays on the ball. Particularly the first interception was an unreal play by the defender. Second one was there, and obviously we know that there's that a little bit of controversy behind the interpretation of a catch and all those sorts of things. But it's just that defense is just that they're match with. That's a match winning defense.
Absolutely. Look, ultimately, Josh, like he had 4 turnovers.
Yeah.
I think for me, the interceptions I can let slide, but the fumbles going into halftime were inexcusable.
No.
I don't know what they're trying to do or what they're trying to achieve moving forward when you've got like the percentage chance of getting anything or 3 points is very slim, then to cop. It's just the fumbles for me were the tough ones.
Yeah.
So ultimately, he had an all right game, but I think, the interceptions and the fumbles probably cost him in the end. James Cook had a really good game. I felt like maybe could have gone to him a bit more on some looks. Maybe had Ray Davis schemed up. He had a pretty good game. Khalil always seems to be the only guy that they get to, as well as Kincaid. I think Kincaid, if he can stay healthy, that's the issue.
Yeah.
he never seems to be able to stay healthy. He can actually be a really valuable asset for the Bills moving forward.
For Christ's sake, what have we got this bloke?
He could be a valuable asset for the team. But as we were saying, ultimately it comes down to, you need Josh to stand up in the bigger moments, and he had some big drives, but I think the fumbles are going to cost him at the end of the day and mean that they didn't get the job done. So I guess it's where to for the Bills now. They've lost McDermott, and
100%.
They're going to need to search for a coach.
I actually had like a little. This is my thing for you boys. Hang on. I had a little.
You're fired.
A Trumpy just lined up for us. That have you have we gone through the mailbox questions from? We've got one of the men.
We've covered the games. We've brought in.
Who's this guy?
We got Benny 238, and we actually have his.
I've been invited.
Okay, so we're gonna set this up, and I'll set the scene. So after the game yesterday, there was some vicious debate.
He's run away. He's too scared.
Oh, I'm here. Sorry.
There was some vicious debate because Tom and Caleb, me included, have been hypercritical of Lamar. Lamar Jackson over the journey. Yesterday, I was ready to smash Josh. Not smash him, but
Cover him.
Yeah. No, I'm not covering him. He choked it. But Buffy and a little bit Tommy wanted to just give him a little pass. So, Benny, feel free to speak on whatever you need to.
Yeah, look, pass mark is a big statement to say. I wouldn't say it's a pass mark. That's 4 turnovers, and essentially that's cost them the game. The one before halftime, that's 3 points. And then the interception for Cook, I believe, Broncos went down the other end and scored, didn't they, to win the game? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
With the Cooks one, yeah.
Yeah. And his fumble. So my issue is the pass mark comment. And the boys know how I feel, obviously. After the last 3 days, our DM has been exploding. Like a night after an Indian vindaloo. So it's all over the shop, that chat. But I think I got my point across the last couple of days, and that's all I really got to say for it at the moment.
I mean, I can only cover my side. I certainly straight away went into I did give him a pass. I think from my perspective, he actually played reasonably well. He just had some critical moments and turned the ball over. In a different world, I've seen those 50-50 catches from Brandon Cooks be called.
Well, it happens 4 or 5 times this year where that's been called.
But yeah, like it gets to a point, like we've had 8 years. Josh has been in the playoffs, and they've got to this stage and no further. Or no.
6. He's been to an AFC championship. He's been to an AFC championship and lost the Kansas City Chiefs. He's on 4 against the Chiefs. Yeah, he's on 4 against the Chiefs. This team. There's a statistic. They've won a playoff game 6 years consecutively. The 4th team in history to do it. The other 3 teams have won 3 Super Bowls across the same 6-year span when they won consecutive. And Kansas City were one of those teams. New England's the other one, and Dallas in the 90s. So it's disappointing that they're not able to go over that final hurdle. But in terms of it's not so much a pass mark for the day, but I feel like when you've played in 15 playoff games, you pretty much have only had one bad game. And when we say that's a bad game, they still have an opportunity to win the game. I don't think the interceptions are, as I said, I think they're great plays by defense. The fumbles are on him, and he's going to wear that, and he's going to wear that like a badge of he's pissed. You can see it. You can see how much he's hurting. In terms of like my pass mark, it's not so much like I'm saying, yep, sweet, like that was a great game, because it wasn't. But for a guy that's literally carried that organization, particularly like this year is not their best iteration of their team. It's not. And I thought if they won and got out of Denver, it would have been he was going to have to be Superman again, which he nearly was at the end. So it's just almost cutting him some slack. And there's an interesting question that's come through. One was from Benny, and the other one was from Rochi. But I do believe, like when I look at other quarterbacks that have not been as productive in the playoffs, yeah, like I think I do view him ahead purely based off what we've seen. And he's come into a generational team. He's walked in the buzzsaw that's the Chiefs. So there's teams that have come through the 2000s and 2010s. Without the Patriots there, they would have been Super Bowl winning teams as well. Like imagine if the Buffalo Bills didn't run into those teams that beat them in 4 straight Super Bowls in the 90s. They'd be talked about as one of the best teams ever. So it's unfortunate. That's just where we are. I don't think like if anyone talks back and looks back at those teams and goes, whether it's the 2000s, 2010s, or the 90s, these teams that haven't won a Super Bowl and go, that player was horrible. That player was a bad playoff player. It'll be interesting.
The pass mark it's purely on that one game. That's all. It's not about his 15 playoff games, his body of work, his all this year, he's the stallion, all that stuff. I'm talking about the one game when he had to step up to win. 4 turnovers. You can't do that in the playoffs. Caleb gave away 3. A lot of people shitting on him saying he's given away 3 turnovers in a playoff game. You can't do that either. That was pretty much it. Yeah. But I'll leave you guys to it. I don't want to hijack your potty too much.
It's an interesting thing though, because like even the Caleb 3 interceptions, I think 1 or 2 of them, like he's trying to make a play. I feel like Brock Purdy does the same 100%. Thing. Like I feel like the interceptions for Josh yesterday, you wear those 2. Like I know, and you look back on his track record, 29-6 across his playoff career, touchdown interception ratio. So he's had 2 of that 6 in one game, one of the 15 games. But he was trying to make a play. He had to make a play. He was trying to make a play. And the defense were fantastic. And I think Caleb, even yesterday, like I'm not shitting on Caleb because they wouldn't have been in that position without Caleb anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Fucking shit truck.
The only thing I'll say on it, which is like, I don't think you give Josh a pass mark for this year, but why he's different to other quarterbacks and why I don't lob him into someone where I would criticize extremely is because the defense and the Bills defense have copped on average 31.5 points against in playoff, which is near the top in history. And he's still been able to average near 25 points, which is still near the top in playoffs history.
Like 270 yards per game, 100 pass rating of 105. Like it's fucking insane what he's been able to put out in the playoffs. And
it's kind of
able to get over the line.
What they need to do, and probably why McDermott went, is because he's in charge of the defense, and ultimately you've got to get that right. But this year, no, you can't excuse those turnovers. I don't think anyone can excuse those turnovers, regardless of whether he's trying to make a play or not. Yeah, they lost the game, and I think what they need to do is go and actually find a weapon and actually, like Kincaid and Cook, great. But you need someone who can actually break down cornerbacks.
Yeah.
Someone
you're seeing that
and if they're going to receive that.
100%. Yeah. Well, Ferrero Ochi has sent in a question, but you can hang around for this. Because
I'll hang around.
There's a question from.
I'll go around.
You can answer the question
on the topic from. Ferrero Ochi has sent through. Is it that hard to see that the Bills have a roster issue or not a coaching issue? So this particular question, the statement's targeted at Bean rather than McDermott. So you just said that not being able to stop anyone.
It's a roster issue.
Is it that hard to see that it's a roster issue and not a coaching issue? So we talk. The personnel or is it the coaching?
I'll let Benny go first.
I'm a fan of McDermott. Do I think he should have got sacked? Probably not, and you guys might have a different opinion on that. My issue is staying around as well, and also getting promoted is what they're saying as well.
Yeah.
So now, instead of the structure used to be McDermott and Bean used to voice their concerns or whatever to ownership. Now it's Bean to ownership, head coach. To Bean, which I've got the issue about.
Yeah, because
at the same time,
that's your question, isn't it? Like, what's more of an attractive job, Baltimore or Buffalo?
Yeah, that's probably the next question, I guess. But so, yeah, I think if McDermott goes, Bean had to go in this instance. Rumors coming out that Waddle could have been picked up for a first, and they didn't want to part with a first round pick. They wanted to send the 27 pick instead of the 26, but Dolphins wanted to pick this year instead. So stuff like that. You can't blame McDermott for that, can you?
No, that's a Bean.
You can't blame McDermott for not getting a wide receiver. That would help Allen at the same time. So yes, I'm in the boat at if McDermott goes, Bean has to go in this instance.
Yeah. So Bean's obviously like the thing he can control is that defense, and they haven't been able to stop anyone in crunch games. So they haven't been able to stop anyone really this year. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting one to think about. Like, go across the room. Like, if you're a coach, who would you rather, like, thinking about everything, Baltimore or Buffalo, who would you rather coach next year, Stevie?
My question included ownership.
Yeah, it's ownership, GM, fan base. Like, think about it all. Fan base. Buffalo have a new stadium next year.
They're two good quarterbacks, so you can't really. I'm not going to say either or. Yeah. It's more so everything else in it: roster, GM, all that kind of stuff.
I think for me that's obvious. I think the Ravens, like, they've got a good owner. Like, they're more committed to improving. And I think year after year, like, Bean Mister just wants to sit there and sit on his hands and sort of see what he has, and like, hasn't wanted to attack. Whereas I can see that there's a vision and that there's, like, it's just a well-run organization. You can't say that. About the Ravens not being well run.
I think. I think the other thing too is thinking about the context of the AFC North, where the other three teams are in shambles, or like hopefully Pittsburgh does something out. Yeah. But you've got AFC, you're going to be going up against Drake May and the Pats for the next 5-10 years, aren't you?
Goodness me, it's going to be tough.
But I love the.
I'm not giving him a pass. I'm going the other way. I don't think you're the best player in the league. You're the king of the castle. This was a chance. They blew it. So, next year, she's a whole different kettle of fish. Like, you got Mahomes back. There's already fucking some stacked teams. This could have been the year. I get it. I agree with everything you're saying, but unfortunately, the better you are, the more critical you have to be. You know what I mean? Like, CJ Stroud's copping it, and I don't know why Caleb Williams is copping it, but
I actually think he played out of his skins.
3 fumbles. It's not good enough. With great power comes great responsibility, and at the moment, they've lost to the Chiefs, and they lost to the 2020 Bengals that were on a heater. But right now, Josh Allen's not getting it done against good teams, and it's just that simple.
Is it Josh Allen not getting it done though? Like, is it, or is it?
It's the Bills. Like, don't get me wrong, it's the Bills. But when you're in a position like you are yesterday, and you're playing for your life, you're the best quarterback in the league. Like, we all tipped him to win. And there's a reason you can't do that. So, there's worse quarterbacks out there being criticized for, arguably the same sort of play. I think while it's not always all on him, it was definitely on him yesterday.
There was also the pass he missed. He missed, like, Dawson Knox, wasn't it? Or Kincaid. It was wide open.
Kincaid would have been walking in for a tutty.
It wasn't just that. And don't get me wrong, I love Staley. I've said that a million times. It was just, I guess the pass mark comment made of tickled a few wrong.
It's just
points.
It comes with the territory. Like, these great quarterbacks get criticized heavily, and I'm not gonna mention his name, but Lamar Jackson. He's been smashed week in, week out, and year in, year out for not getting it done. And right now, Josh Allen has got it done. So that's just the way it is, unfortunately. You got anything to say?
I don't think you can compare the two situations. But we can move forward.
Yeah, you can't compare. Like, to me, you can't compare being a 1 seed playing against a Tennessee, and you've been dominant force all year and absolutely shitting the bed under the bright lights. You can't, like, I don't think I don't think that's comparable. But anyway, and I
I feel
know
like Josh has
and
just done the same.
Benny
Josh
has
has
come
just done
back
the
in.
same fucking thing yesterday.
But I don't think he did. I
Oh.
don't think it was on that level, mate. I don't think it was a complete and utter capitulation. He had 2 fumbles. He had 2 interceptions. But I think that
You're the best player in the league.
yeah,
and
but that's again like that's
given
what
five
that's what
points at
that's
the end
what
of
we're
the
going to be
game.
fair.
different cattle,
Yeah.
different cattle
Different
in the
cattle,
teams as well.
like he's
Different
not
cattle of teams
the
as
best
well.
team. He's not on the best team. He's not on the dominant team.
But the point is, as Steve
Correct.
saying, if
You should have won.
you're the best
Yeah.
player, you should have won.
If they take
And
away the
that's-
2
and
fumbles,
that's-
they win.
yeah.
Like done.
Yeah, but fuck, if they scored more points,
That's what I'm trying to say. If you take
away,
away the 2 fumbles, they win. That's what I'm trying to say to you. Like, but anyway, gents, before we send
Anywho.
Benny off, final question from Outback to End Zone. Going back to the Broncos, what's the percentage chance that Jarrett Stidham can pull off a Nick Foles run and win the Super Bowl? Give us
I'd
a
love
figure.
to see that.
Give us a figure though.
Who-
Percentage. What's your percentage
who have they got?
probability? Jarrett Stidham.
And who are they playing?
They've got the Pats this week, and then they'll play the winner of the Rams or the Seahawks.
There is always a chance because playoffs are playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Playoffs are
I reckon.
playoffs.
I reckon.
I agree with
20.
what Tom
Hasn't
saying.
taken a snap since 2023.
Yeah, playoffs are playoffs.
When you've got a team like this, and I think I've been pretty consistent in saying they've been the most complete team.
Yeah.
I think anything's possible.
Okay.
So I reckon, if you had to line them up and each team had 25% to win, maybe 15 to 20, they've got a marginally small chance than everyone else. But we saw what the fuck just happened at San Francisco.
Yeah.
There's no reason why the defense can't. And as we said before, when you're in Robot Land, Buffy, I don't think Pat's played particularly well on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
I think the Broncos could get them. I really do. So
What's going to be the difference in this game?
yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So if Stiddy can just do what Tommy asked of CJ Stroud and be confident, I believe this is playoffs. Anything can happen.
Mm-hmm.
But what a story and what heartbreak that would be for Nixie.
Yeah.
Anyway, Ben,
All
piss
right,
off,
boys.
mate.
I
I'll see you tomorrow.
appreciate it.
So yeah, it's
Seven
7
a.m.
for our.
I'll see you boys tomorrow morning. We'll argue a bit more tomorrow, yeah?
Correct.
No.
See ya.
I'm gonna give Stiddy a 2% chance that he can win the Super Bowl.
2.
Don't
Win the Super Bowl.
well, that's what it's. Can he go on a pull off a Nick Foles run? Nick Foles won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, no. Oh, look, let's start with this game. Let's start with this game.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's get into the slate.
Man, it's
You got
like
New England versus
Click the button.
click the bloody button.
Let's get into the slate.
Click the bloody button. Have we done We've done coaches too, haven't we? While I've been gone.
No, we haven't done coaches.
No,
we'll
we
get to
haven't.
coaches at the end. We'll go straight to the slate.
All right,
Slate.
slate time. Slate a bug.
This is what I think is going to be the difference. I think New England are just feeling themselves at the moment. I think their defense is starting out. Their Rabel's got, as we've said, through the year, he expects greatness. And we love that about teams.
We do.
I think they're going to do what they need to do. But saying that, again, it's the playoffs. Like, Broncos have got one of the best defenses going around. Stidham just has to be confident. Like, can they get design looks for him? Can they get RJ out? Can they get McLaughlin used? Like, you've got Sutton. I think Mims can break it open. There's an argument that's always there. Does having Stidham and the unknown present a difficult task for the Patriots because they don't know what they're going up against?
Yeah.
So maybe that offense is going to be giving up different looks to what the defense is going to be preparing for. I think you'd have to comfortably have Patriots as the favourites because
comfortably.
But you just never know. Like, I don't know who would tip the Broncos, but the way that the Patriots are playing, that run game is awesome.
Yeah.
And then if you want to stop that run game,
Drake
you've
May's
got
going to hit over the
Diggs
top.
and Drake May's going to hit someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're going to get...
I'm going to find it really hard, but gosh, that would be a true story if they were able to cause the upset.
Vrabel and the Pats
At my high.
just thinking what they're going to do this week, because you were just saying, can they get design looks? They're going to stack the box and they're going to try to bottle up RJ and McLaughlin. They're going to make Stidham throw. And you know what? I don't like if I'm the Pats. You got Gonzalez, man. That blows a ball. He's an island.
I'll say this.
I just like, and
I'll
if he makes one or two plays, then you readjust. But I think they're going to make Stidham throw and beat them, and I don't think he has it in him.
Get on Mims for another long touchdown.
Yeah, the big call there, and I don't mind.
Does anyone believe?
No.
I always believe, but not enough to tip.
Not enough to tip him. I'm saying the Pats win.
Not enough to tip him. It would take some serious cojones to tip the Broncos.
Yeah. I think like the way Pats win. I think the way Pats play is they control the game too. So I don't think it's gonna be like a full blown blowout, but I think that they just win. They win the game. I think it's gonna be like in hand, like comfortable enough, but not a stupid blowout score. I'd say 10 points.
Yeah.
What do you reckon, Stevie?
So I'm going to back the Broncos in an upset. I've been with them all year. I'm going to stick with them. I think the defense can disrupt Drake enough, just purely based on. Oh fuck. Yeah, no, I'll stick with them. I'll stick with them in a wild upset.
That will be wild.
I reckon it will. I think they will come in with a plan, and I think they're the most complete team. Said that all year. But if New England score a touchdown early, it's over.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's going to happen. I reckon the defense will be dialed. I think Mile High will be heaving.
It is loud.
And for our fallen brother Bo, I think they'll get it done.
Yeah, I like it. That's cojones. It's cojones.
I think they'll get it done at Mile High.
That is big cojones.
For their brother.
For their brother.
For Jon Snow. For the North. They get it done.
I like it.
Then New England have a bright future.
They do.
Yeah. They have an extremely bright future, which is so fucking annoying. Like, just
so annoying.
Yeah.
Like Boston just win championships, man. It's just
Celtics
and the Bruins and the Pats. It just doesn't stop. I hate it.
Yeah. Well, talk to me about the Rams.
Like
talk to me about the Seahawks.
Rams, Seahawks.
I'm gonna say what I think. Then I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna say what you guys think. Then I'm gonna make a decision because I actually can't tip it. If you had to go off form, you would have to pick Seahawks.
Mm-hmm.
But I just can't count out McVay.
Mm-hmm.
I still think Devontae is a little banged up.
Definitely.
And he got banged up in this fucking game. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's at Seattle, isn't it?
Yeah. It's loud. The 12s.
And it is
12.
loud.
Like, it was coming through the speakers. I was like, you could feel it.
It is loud in there. I don't know. So you guys have a chat and I'll try and make a decision.
I think the importance of the Rams going into it like a very hostile Chicago crowd, very hostile conditions, adapting and just getting the job done. Just like, yes, it went to OT. Yes, like Caleb put up a fight, but loved the way that Kyron was running the ball. Like, he's running angry. He looks good. Like, everyone's talking about, Kemp's Walker, 3 touchdowns, looks juiced up. But San Fran's run defense was shot to pieces this season. We know that. I think
different
defenses, both sides of the ball. So we're going to see like a battle like Kyron and obviously we know Sharp's out. So Kyron versus Kenneth this week is massive in the context of the game. Like, whether you can get some early yards on first and second down and set yourself up with shorter third downs, because both, like, I know the Seattle defensive front, probably give the edge to them. But both defenses are decent and capable of making plays. Shaheed's the X factor in this game, isn't he? His pace on special teams. It doesn't have to be a touchdown. It can be the fact that he can gain 15 to 20 yards on a punt return.
I actually think JSN's the X factor in this game. I think if he cooks, and he didn't cook on the weekend, but he didn't really need to be fair.
Yeah.
If he cooks and sizzles,
Yeah.
How do you stop them?
Well, yeah.
How do you
Correct.
stop them? I actually think on the Rams side of the ball, the defense won it for them, not the offense. So if they can bottle up JSN, which tall task in my opinion,
Tom.
if that's how they'll win, that's how they won on the weekend. But the offense needs to lift.
Tommy thoughts?
Well, I'm trying to think of what you don't want to give up and what you want to give to each other.
Yeah, because you're gonna have to give up something.
What I feel like I would be trying to do is actually get pressure to Darnold. And I think that they'll be trying to stop the run and say, if you want to beat us with big plays, do so.
Yeah.
And if you're going to do that, we're going to get pressure on you. We're going to get pressure on you. We're going to try and sack you. And if you want to beat us, then we'll give you opportunities to have some big plays. And it's going to be whether, again, I think Jackson will be if he can get behind and he can get some plays, they'll be big. On the other side of the thing, I don't think you can afford to give that same luxury to Stafford because he will do that.
He'll pick you apart.
So I think you'd rather give up chunks in the run, potentially. I think maybe not stacking the box and trying to rely on your strong front to hold them and minimise the gains and try and limit the damage that you can get against Puka.
Yeah.
And Stafford will make plays. We know that. It's going to be a different ball game. I've been with the Rams. I had the Rams to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I just think I've got to stick with it. I think overall we've seen them be here. We've seen McVay being here. I think McVay will have a big say in this game and he'll outcoach. And I think ultimately the Rams will win.
Yeah. I agree with the point about getting at Darnold because I think that there'll be some like zone blitz sort of looks where the safeties and the cornerbacks, what they're going to do is they're going to try disguise and they're going to disguise it, and then you're going to have blokes peeling off, making plays at the ball because Darnold's going to think he sees something and he's feeling pressure because they're going to send guys.
Yeah,
and it's not that you're sitting here like you want this to happen. I would love Darnold to step up and have a big game.
Me too.
I really would, but I'm just trying to think about how this plays out. I know it's going to be rocky and all that sort of stuff, but I just trust Stafford. I just don't know how I pick against Stafford and that offense and McVay.
He always finds a way.
And Don Shula with that defense is in demand. How many teams did he interview with? 5 and was requested by more.
Everyone.
I'm going to go with the Rams.
All right, I'm going to go with the Rams as well. I don't think that Darnold will have the luxury of having a 7-point lead at the start of the game because you can play fair. Let's just call it what it is. When you're already up and your defense is just so ferocious, you can relax a little and there's not as much pressure. But the bright lights, I'm going with Stafford. So same as you guys and McVay. And McVay and Sean. I think they will find a way to win because that's what good teams do, and they are a very good team.
Yeah. I think if they do pull it off, Seahawks, I think Shaheed's done something either on special teams or on the offense. He's done something. He's just
when you were in Robot Land, I said he was the best acquisition this year.
100%.
Would you agree?
Yeah, he's the closest thing we've seen to Devin Hester since like Devin Hester. Like just someone who can break the game open in multiple parts of the game. And special teams it's an art form, really.
Yeah. But if Seahawks win,
well done.
It'd be fucking hard to sit against them in the Super Bowl. I don't care who they play if they manage to overcome this.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Jackson's got to get swaggy with it.
And
Stidham, Darnold, and fucking Drake May. Just like we wrote it up, fellas.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, man, we got top 2 in MVP voting, like Drake May and Staff.
I don't know. I was chatting to Betty on the phone today about it. It's just not as
sexy,
glamorous,
glamorous as when there's the
big dogs.
The big dogs, the fucking Joshes, the Mahomes,
it's okay.
Burrows.
It's okay.
But you know.
Because
he's a young dog.
Because
He's Drake, mate.
while these games are on, I'll be eating some hot wings. We'll be down at the Kingston Hotel. We want people to come join us. Sit in our booth. Be fantastic.
I'll be Kingston.
We're the Kingston and just enjoying a nice meal and some great conversation and company. Some big dogs are going to be there. Some very special guests, even bigger than us, if you can believe. And I'm getting my mouth ready with the milk. I'm going to try out some milk on the go for that hot wing challenge. So be good fun.
Inject that, mate.
It's going to be ready to go. But get down to Kingston, 26th of Jan. Doors open 7 a.m. Before we head, do we want to have a conversation about
the carousel?
The carousel, yep.
The carousel.
Well,
make it quick.
So
I'm fucking starving.
The most recent hires you've got, Giants have got John Harbaugh as the head coach.
Yep.
Falcons have got Kevin Stefanski as the head coach. Dolphins have got Jeff Hafley, the Packers defensive coordinator, for those who don't know, as their head coach.
Yeah, what did you think of that? Actually, you finished, and then we'll touch on it.
You've got the Titans, who have just appointed Robert Saleh today, who was the 49ers defensive coordinator, as their head coach.
Yep. Eric Bieniemy.
What do we
Eric Bieniemy's gone
think
from the Bears to the Chiefs as it was.
Has he signed, or has he just had a discussion?
He's
just had a discussion. Yeah, he's just had a discussion. Nothing
drawn up,
set in stone yet. In terms of the Jeff, my name is Jeff. Maybe you can fix and turn them around. Maybe that's what they need, is to focus on the defense first, and the rest will come. It's hard to know. Like, I don't know enough about him.
I've just seen something come out that's got his whole history. Keep going.
Yeah. I think you've got the Ravens. You've got Buffalo, who lost McDermott, Steelers, Cardinals, Raiders. But in terms of maybe going through, I think there's a couple good coaches there. We've got Jesse Minter, who keeps being mentioned.
Yeah.
He's interviewed with everyone. Brian Flores, he's a name that keeps popping up.
Yeah.
Chris Shula.
Yeah.
Clint Kubiak, everyone is wanting him as their offensive coordinator. There's multiple teams who are wanting to get him in.
I reckon every team's calling Signetti as well. Every team would be calling Signetti, trying to turn his head. Freeman as well.
And now Sean McDermott.
Yeah. He becomes the big catch, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I saw a hilarious reel out on online too. You know, the Walter White trying to go back and find it's like Stefanski and Harbaugh saying the Bills job open up. No.
Yeah, they would have waited to go to that for sure.
On half.
Who would you want, Buff? Sorry, if you're a Steelers man.
Who
would you?
Look, pipe dream would be Signetti because he's a Yinzer. The other Yinzer that's been floated around is Mike McCarthy, and you can hold that. I don't want him. I don't want him. He's I think his time as a head coach in the league's done. He had his time. There's talk that the players and everyone want A-Rod to come back. Now, whether that helps us keep A-Rod, I don't know. I think someone young, defensive-minded, like a Shula, I think Flores would be a great fit because he's been inside the four walls before. He's seen what worked well for Tomlin, and he's been a head coach in his own right. So, and then obviously he's been at the Vikings, which is funny because if he gets appointed as the head coach of the Steelers, our last head coach was DC the Vikings. So, before being appointed, so bit of an ironic twist of fate there. I think someone like with that young and that energetic nature, like a Shula or I think Flores would be great in the role, to be honest.
I think a lot of teams are holding up and waiting to interview Shula. And Clint Kubiak.
He's turned teams down. Like he said no to 3 or 4 teams. He's basically made a list and said these are the 5 I'll interview with. On Hafley, head coaching experience at Boston College, who aren't they're not cute, but they're a D1 school, and they have become respected. Like he did a good enough job. He was there for 4 years as head coach before going to the Packers as a DC, stepping straight into the DC role under the floor. He was at Ohio State and he was at the 49ers. So he's been around the league as an assistant. He was at Tampa Bay, Cleveland, 49ers, before going to Ohio State, Boston College, and then at the Packers. So he's done the rounds. He's got the CV there.
Yeah.
It'll be really interesting to see who can get McDermott, because I think it's interesting because I think just based off the success that the team's had, he's probably be one of the hottest names on the market pretty soon. Very interesting to see where he ends up.
Yeah, we'll keep everyone up to date when we hear more.
100%.
But I think once there's a couple more teams that sort of head off to finish up, we'll see some more names come out, and I think you'll get big signings.
100%.
I'm interested to see who the Ravens go with. It'd be massive. I think they need to get someone who can get that team moving offensively.
Yeah. It'll just the interesting nature, like either thinking like defensive minded versus offensive minded coaches, and like growing up, like Steelers always been defensive, and there's some franchises that always have that, but can't help but think too, like on the flip side, if we bring in a young quarterback, like not the damage, but like if you actually have a good OC and you lose him because he's so good, and then it stunts like the players in your own environment because you've got the defensive minded head coach and you don't have that pathway for the OC to actually become the head coach.
Yeah,
it's gonna be it's just fascinating to sort of see how like these personnel decisions get made. But yes, we will keep everyone informed. Anyway, gents,
well done, boys.
Well done.
That's sad, isn't it?
Thank you for I'm looking forward to I'm gonna have to make sure I watch the whole pod.
What happened, mate? Where'd you go?
Oh, mate, Windows just flicked me a restart notification. So we're restarting in 14 minutes and didn't allow me to actually turn it off. I couldn't reschedule. So
we had you covered, mate.
Yeah. We always do.
Went through the games.
That's the nitty gritty.
We got into the nitty gritty. We got right stuck in, and as we always say, please make sure you give us a like, give us a follow on the Instagram reels, give them a like. Share them around.
100%.
Get us out of the matrix.
100%.
Explain what the matrix is.
We feel like people might debate this, but we want to get stuck in. We want to be able to deliver people more content, and we want to be able to get that done in a better way rather than going to our day-to-day ends meet kind of thing. And we feel like if given the opportunity and given more following and given more, we love all the support, but we need more because we want to, we're going to be doing bigger, better things next year as well. We're going to be getting together and seeing each other more, more opportunities, more support gives us the chance to get out of the matrix, deliver some awesome content to you guys. And again, if you want to see things, you want us to do things, if you want us to cover a little bit of the old.
You want me to do the show butt naked? I'll fucking do that too.
A little bit of the food.
Yeah, you can pay me to do whatever you want.
So, welcome to Only Trons.
Only Steves. The Matrix is, you work 40 hours a week to have 2 days off.
Yep.
Get 4 weeks off a year. You work 48. You get 10 days for free. And then half your holidays, you get told when you got to take them.
Yeah. You work
That makes sense to me.
Work till 65 for, 40 years of your life.
Play golf.
We will take you with us.
You hit 70.
We'll take you with you.
You can't control your own bowels.
We'll take you with us.
You come with me.
We're excited.
We want to be like these NFL players who finish off, they've gone to Carbo and now, they've got 6 months off. We just want to play scratch. I just want to know what that feels like.
I'm probably a scratch golfer. I want people to come up to me at a wedding and just say, heard you're off.
I didn't want to be off scratch. I just want to go play golf with Josh Allen. Can anyone make that happen? I want to play golf with Josh Allen. Watch him swing a golf club. He's unreal on the golf course.
I just want to hit the ball every time I swing it.
I just want to understand why people stop the ball while they putt before it goes past the hole.
Oh no, he's done it.
I want to know how fucking the ball just dots.
Yeah,
I want to know.
My clubs don't. I
want to know how I missed a putt from 1 foot out for birdie today.
Yeah,
Stevie saw it. I dotted it. I missed the putt.
Actually,
I couldn't believe it.
Me and the Goat Slayer had this debate. We had this conversation.
Yeah.
What is my definition of a dot? What's your definition of a dot?
Why? To be fair, I heard you guys saying it first.
Okay.
Prior to me starting. So to me, a dot A dot is where you just dot it straight on the green and it just stays there.
Yeah.
That's a dot to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you hit it and then you roll it onto the green,
I
that's
mean,
not
it's
really
like
a dot. Like you haven't,
you're sticking it close
you
to
know
the
what I mean?
pin.
Yeah, you
is
stick it like
my idea.
if you get on the green and you just land it.
I think a dot is you hit the green after a good drive. Like I think you're on the
That's
fairway.
a GIR.
You're on the fairway and you hit the green in reg. It doesn't have to be close to the pin. I just think you hit the green in regulation because we're not good enough. Like I'm not good enough to be getting.
I'm not putting it.
I dotted one from downtown in the rough today. Stevie saw that.
That's fine.
Yeah.
If we want to say dotting is from anywhere, doesn't matter what.
Sticking it close to the pin.
Sticking it on the green because probably that's where our level is.
Yeah.
That's a dot. I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
I'm happy to accept that as a dot.
That's a dot.
If I can find my ball, I'm stoked. That's
half the battle, isn't it?
That's half the battle.
Oh, dear.
That's an interesting one. What did the Goat Slayer say?
Goat Slayer said no, like a dot. He thought a dot was if you put it on the green and close to the pin, and then you putt it in. That's a dot.
No, I don't know. I just think if you put it up and you just like a dot, like a pass,
dot's the approach. Like you dot. It's like throwing a rope in football.
Like what?
Like you throw right, like you really you just step on one.
I don't know who came up with the saying, so I don't know where it came from.
I did. No. No. I don't know either. But at the end of the day, I know the feeling of hitting a dot, and there's not much better feelings out there than just dotting the green.
I think Kelly, if I've been home, it's better than ejaculation.
Oh, Jesus!
It's so good. It's like the best feeling.
It's
like just busting a nut. It's
like
just,
when you're on a par three. When you're on a par three,
mate, and
you just see that ball fly and it just
up in the air
and it just goes.
Yeah,
you just like that's when I start to get like
that's when I think that's that. For people that listen and don't play golf, let me explain something. I started playing golf 3 months ago. Yeah, roughly 3 months.
Yeah.
I had a couple of friends from work say to me, come play golf. These boys already played golf. I knew they played. I said, I'm not playing golf. Like, why would I do that? It grabbed me by the scrote.
Yeah.
You know,
said, follow me, boys.
Yeah. You know, the,
Prison Break with
Vecna?
Vecna
with the claw.
Yeah. No.
He had the claw and he was just tickling. Tickling the scrote.
Yeah.
And it just grabs it.
Yeah.
And you can't let go. I played 18 today with Buffy. I think me and Kelly played on Sunday. I'm playing another 9 tomorrow. I can't stop.
Yeah.
So, and the best thing is about it is that everyone's shit and it's okay.
It's all right.
Yeah.
It's all right.
It's all right.
Okay.
Other than the bloke we played with today that
he shot 76.
76.
He shot 6 over. He was a freak. It was really nice to watch. And you know what? I don't know if you noticed this, Steve. He swung the club left-handed, but he putted ambidextrous. So depending on where the lie of the green was, sometimes he'd putt left, sometimes he'd putt right. Did you notice that?
That is so.
That's why he had this Slazenger gold like it looked like a mini golf putter. But it's even side both sides because he putted left and right, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, "Why is this guy putting like opposite hand?"
I was questioning the club,
and he putted both sides. It was unbelievable. Anyway,
that is a man. That's a man that's out of the matrix.
He's out of the matrix. He's living the dream. 100%. He's out of the matrix. He plays 18 every day. We love him.
Yeah.
Does he actually? Oh mate,
he plays 18.
Glenn.
Greg.
Glenn?
I don't know. I was in awe of his.
Yeah.
He plays
elder gentleman.
18. Probably like 40, 45-ish.
Yeah. I'd say 40, like just 40.
Yeah.
Anyway,
he was withered for a 40-year-old.
Yeah.
He's seen some things.
He's seen some things.
Yeah,
he's seen some things like 76 on a golf course.
I would give anything to break 100. I would die for it.
It'll come. Anyway. Should we love and leave everyone? Kingston, 7 a.m. Monday, 26th of Jan. See you there. I'll be having hot wings. Boys will be laughing at me.
Yeah.
We'll be roaming around. We'll be a roaming goat. We'll be a roaming buff.
Cheerio.
Stevie. We love it.
Go the Bronx.
All right.